have had for about 4 years now. Neither of us want to do it, so we're gonna get on some ISIS, Middle Eastern, Turkish guy. Hope to Christ he can save us. If he doesn't, then I think we better go die. This fat shit Doug doing OMAD, but I know that man is gonna go mad if he doesn't have more than a meal in a day. But I've been up with his phone in your business.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing today?
I'm great. You?
I'm doing just fine.
All right.
Everything is good.
So I think that it's important that we start this off and we thank everybody that helped us out in our bonus show.
Okay.
I think that's important because that's what I have here is thanks to Dave for court show bonus.
I think that without Dave, that would have been more of a disaster than it was. It still would have been as fun, but it would have been more of a disaster.
Yeah, so I mean it was Dave from Man Brain, Bob from Bob's Burgers or something.
Yep.
I don't. Jody B. That's it, right?
PJ was
PJ
on and off, and then there was one more, wasn't there?
Nah.
Nah.
Anyway, so if I would suggest everybody go over and listen to the bonus episode. I don't know if it was our funniest episode ever, but I know it was one of the funnest times that I've had recording an episode, if that means anything.
It was definitely one of the funnest times that I've had in a really long time. It was fun to record. And Dave really stepped it up. It was awesome.
You know what sucks is that, like, my initial thought is, well, fuck, let's just put that out for free so everybody can hear it. And then it's like, oh, so we hit one out of the park for a bonus, and then the people that are paying for it are like, well, fuck it.
Right. So every week we're like, well, that was really good, so we should give that to everybody. Oh, man. So if you want the really good stuff, it's behind a paywall. Because we're fucking pretentious assholes.
What else? I think who's right podcast.com. We're supposed to say that every time.
Mm-hmm. Share our stuff. Share our shit. Sorry.
Inevitably, we are going to get removed from wherever you're listening to us.
As soon as the right or wrong people hear this, they will complain to the right or wrong people, and we'll be taken down from somewhere. The guy that owns the internet is going to say, no more. You guys are cut off.
No mas, I think, is what the guy that's going to take us down is going to be Mexican. So he's going to say no mas.
Perfect. I don't know if that's how that works. They cut the grass, not the fucking podcasters.
You don't have to be racist about it.
What's racist about that? Did they not cut grass? Is there
I
no
cut
Mexicans
grass. Does that mean
grass?
I'm Mexican?
No, I didn't say anybody who cuts grass is Mexican.
But all Mexicans cut grass. Got it.
Yes.
You think that there's a Mexican out there that's just got like a really shitty yard? Like he just doesn't care?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Really? I've driven through some pretty shitty neighborhoods. And I'm pretty sure I saw some Mexicans in those neighborhoods.
I wasn't even planning on talking about Mexicans until we did our new patron shout out. We picked up a whole, what's a gaggle? What's a whole bunch of Mexicans?
A murder.
We picked up a murder of Mexicans.
Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, anyway, we picked up a murder of Mexicans.
Right. Did we? Huh. That's awesome.
Well,
I don't see color, so I didn't even notice.
If you believe their names.
I don't see color in names, so I didn't even notice.
How many white people do you know named Carlos?
None.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I do see color in names. Because that's a pretty Mexican name.
Looks like we got our first Mexican on board right here on the chat. Says no mas on podcasto. Thank you, Jacob.
No mas el on podcasto.
I think didn't we do something with Dave? Yeah. We had. It actually was on our show. The podcasto El Mano Fasto or.
Yeah, that was That was the one where the guy was in the background just rambling. El Podcasto Manifesto.
Right.
I don't know where we came up, why he was Mexican, but
Because it's funny. Mexicans are funny.
fair enough.
I don't think we told him he was Mexican, but
He doesn't need to know. It's not important.
all right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 stories or something to get to. So
Awesome.
how are we going to, I don't want to say, okay, do a transition and then you do a transition.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to be able, because I've got all these sound buttons over here for transitions, but you feel like it's taking your work away.
See, I'm a little bit conflicted. It is taking my work away, but at the same time, I'm really lazy. So,
Okay, so I've got 4 transition buttons.
okay.
One of them are you, and then 3 are from our patrons.
Mm-hmm. Which I want to use those because they're funny, but I like doing the work too. I mean, it makes me feel needed, you know?
Okay, so what if you tell me when to push the button?
Okay. Okay. Push the button. Noise. That's a great transition. Can you just run through them so I can hear them all again?
You sure? All right, so we've got yours.
Best one.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite. This one I just played.
Noise.
This one.
Wee.
And this one.
I don't remember that one. Where the hell did that one come from?
Yeah, it was from the after show chat.
Was it? I don't remember that one. That's
All right,
awesome.
so-
Who was it?
Why the fuck you put me on the spot like that, you dick?
Sorry, I thought you knew.
Patron number 4.
Carlos. It was Carlos.
All right, so what do you want to do? Because we got to get through this shit.
How about you just use the buttons? That'll be easier. But God, I want to do it. I'll do it. All right.
Gay lions in the news.
Okay.
So I got to leave gay lions now? I just opened it up.
I fucked up. God, I'm putting myself out of work, man.
All right. Kenyan officials say
Gay lions in the news. Sorry. That's just funny.
You're fucking killing me.
I'm sorry.
Kenyan officials say newly homosexual lions learned to be gay from copying gay tourists from America.
Because why wouldn't they?
Kenyan officials announced gay lions learned their new activities from watching gay American tourists. Can the sexual activities of human beings really influence a lion? These are questions many people are asking, whom believe Kenyan officials are losing their minds.
Who believe Kenyan officials are losing their minds? So
There was a YouTube clip we played a while back where I think it was a black guy talking about doing butt stuff or something. You remember it?
The preacher?
No, it was like 6 or 8 months ago.
Oh.
It was like, do butt stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I vaguely remember that. Yes.
Was it? Oh, okay. My follow up is not going to get me an answer, but was that guy a Kenyan? Because it just seems to me like.
Yes. I remember him specifically being Kenyan. Yes. He said, I'm Kenyan, do butt stuff.
It seems to me that Kenyans have problems with gays.
I think that most of the world, other than the Western world, has problems with gays.
Wait, did you see that shit in Poland?
No. What happened in Poland?
Oh, fuck. No, I got to play this.
Oh,
Fuck.
boy.
I'm not set up to play anything.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I don't know how much time you want to spend editing.
All of the times.
I'm leaving it up to you.
For what? What are we editing?
Oh, yeah. Fritzy got it. They eat the poo-poo.
I do remember that now. that was definitely Kenyan.
Thank you, Fritzy. So anyway, it was 2 groups of protesters, one not gay and then the other one gay. And They were talking about murdering them or something. They were just yelling, a lot of yelling and screaming. I don't know. It was all over Twitter.
All right.
I assume it was all over Twitter. I seen it on Twitter. That's somebody sent it to me. Fuck.
You just keep changing your story, man. You're digging your hole deeper.
It was one gay guy. It was me, and it was my dad yelling at me.
It was all over Twitter. So was it a video?
Yeah. See, it would have been easier just for me to go play it, but I have to find it and then set everything up to play. And at this point, the payoff is not going to be big enough for the buildup.
Just give me the gist.
I did.
Oh, it was on Twitter, and there was some gay stuff going down. Protesters and non-protesters.
It's just safe to say that the shit that they can get away with in Poland, as far as being anti-gay, is a little different than here. Apparently, they don't consider yelling faggot a hate crime.
No. I have, speaking of Twitter, I've been spending, I don't know, don't ask me why, I don't know, but I've been spending more time on Twitter lately, and I think I'm a worse person for it. I think everybody's a worse person for just Twitter existing.
Yeah, I get on there every once in a while and maybe answer messages or piss off the trans, but other than that, there's no value there. There's nothing. It's. I would love to have a sound clip of you telling me, "No, I don't use Twitter. It's a fucking cesspool," and me saying, "No, it's actually really interesting. You can go on there and interact with all types of people."
So, I think
I didn't know that them all types of people were going to be trying to cut my fucking head off.
I think that maybe Twitter could be a great thing. I think, but
if it was just me and you on it.
Yeah, just we could curate who was on. So I just think people are too stupid for Twitter. They're just so stupid, all of them.
So I don't even remember what it was about. Let's see. There was somebody that did something that was racist. Whatever.
Which day? Which are we talking about? This week? Last week? Or
no? It was this week. Somebody did something racist. And then everybody decided that they were going to get that person fired from whatever grocery store they work at or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they published her phone number, and it turns out they published the wrong phone number. So it just so happened that the number that they published was to a black girl, and it was all people texting her saying you're racist or die racist or
Are you fucking kidding me?
So
that is amazing. Good for Twitter. I love that. That actually that is awesome.
Why is that awesome?
Because them dumb fucks get what they deserve. Fucking good.
They don't get nothing. It's like being able to walk up to the wrong house, burn it down, and say, "Oh shit, sorry, I'll moving on to the next one."
Who said sorry? Nobody said sorry. I think the chaos is amazing. These people are so fucking stupid, and the chaos is just amazing to me.
Well, yeah, they're so eager to string somebody up. They don't care who they'll string up a black girl, and and that's racist.
The one thing that pisses me off, not most, but I mean, when I see people get doxxed, like it really pisses me off when somebody is an asshole and they catch them on video being an asshole, and then they get to this mob gets to ruin their life. You know what I mean? Like, so somebody's being an asshole on the subway, so now they don't get to feed their kids. That's fucked. I mean, that is just fucked.
We've argued about that time and time again. It all depends on what kind of job they have.
Which is fucked.
No, it does. It's not fucked.
It shouldn't matter.
You've agreed with me.
Nah, I don't ever think that would happen. When did I agree with you?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, well, never mind. I changed my mind.
So let's say that somebody is a burn doctor. Is that a thing? A burn doctor.
Yes, it's a thing. Okay. I know a couple.
And they're on Twitter being recorded on the subway, and they're doing a rant, they're all drunk and shit, and they say, I hope all burn victims die, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that all burn victims die. Mm-hmm. You don't think he should be fired?
No.
You're an idiot.
No, what? So if you were burned and the best burn doctor in the world said some horrible shit, and you're burned, but now this guy is the best at what he does, but he's not allowed to treat you for your burns because he said some dumb shit when he was drunk.
No, he shouldn't be allowed to treat. He shouldn't be allowed to treat me because he hopes that I die. That goes against the Hippocratic Oath, my friend.
It's hypocritical oath, dumbass. No, I disagree. I think that if we are going to live in a society, which we do, we live in a society where you trade your time for money, and the money is how you feed your family, then...
Okay, so what if a guy gets on there and says, hey, I love fucking kids. It's all I want to do is fuck kids. Fuck them right in their little butts.
If he doesn't already have a job at the school, he should get one.
And then you find out that he's your first grade your kid's first grade teacher, and they're in first grade, which is important.
Wait. All right.
You'd be like, oh, all right, cool, yeah. Hey, more power to you, freedom of speech.
Yeah, I'd tell my wife that I want to get her pregnant as soon as possible so we can have another kid to send to school.
I want to get him pregnant.
Right.
I want him to get my wife pregnant. So answer the question.
So,
I'm going to keep going until you eventually cave, so just do it now.
No, I already caved, remember? So I am caving, not caving, but I am conceding to this point. So in a just world, what would happen is somebody, maybe me, would go kill him for you know what I mean, for making those comments. That's how
you're going to kill somebody for a thought crime?
Yeah, I am.
An out-loud thought crime?
That specific thought crime, yes.
Yeah, so you don't care about our justice system at all. After everything we've been through this Sunday, you're just going to fucking throw it all away?
It is hard because I was such a good defender. Wait, I was a prosecutor. I was such a good prosecutor. No, I understand the point you're making, and no, you're probably right, but it just irritates me that mob justice can take your livelihood away for being an asshole. It's not against the law to be an asshole, you know?
So what about the shit with Jimmy Fallon where...
Oh, God.
That to me is funny.
Why?
So he does a stupid skit. He does a stupid skit 10 years ago where he's in blackface. It's not even in blackface. He's painted black. He painted his face black. That's different than doing blackface.
Wasn't it 20 years ago?
Whatever. It doesn't matter if it was yesterday. It doesn't matter. But all of a sudden, somebody digs up an old skit of him doing a spot-on Chris Rock impression, and now they're, cancel him or mute R. Kelly or whatever the fuck they're trying to do to him.
They're going to mute R. Kelly because Jimmy Fallon was in blackface 20 years ago. God, Twitter's weird.
It's hard to keep up with them.
It really is.
But then he gets on and fucking apologizes for it.
I saw his apology and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Dude, just when people like that apologize for things like that, it is literally just fuel for these stupid idiots' fire.
Yeah, because they got what they wanted.
Right.
God, it's so fucking stupid.
It is stupid. And it's even stupider because I realize how stupid it is. I can see the whole thing is dumb as shit. But I started this conversation by saying, I've been spending more time on Twitter lately. Like, I know it's like banging my head against the wall, but I do it anyways.
You really should invest your time in Facebook.
Should I?
Yeah.
I was thinking about opening up a MySpace account. Maybe I should get a Facebook.
Fuck, please don't.
Is it worse than Twitter? I never been on Facebook, so I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's a bunch of people you don't care about. There's a reason you don't see these people face to face. It's like people you went to high school with or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they just get on there and it's like, hey, basically all it is a place so anybody you've ever met can show you what they just bought. That's all it's for.
Oh, God, that's so stupid. Nobody I know is buying anything cool.
You don't know that because you don't have Facebook.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Damn.
All right.
So gay lions.
Oh, I already closed that. You're gonna have to.
But I had a question about gay lions. Do you think that there are any gay people who go on African safaris?
So yes,
Do you think
But-
they go on African safaris and fuck in front of the lions?
yes. I assume that's what gay people do is just walk around butt fucking each other all the time.
All they were holding hands and the lions got it figured out. Oh my god.
You're slipping. Thank you. My finger was on the button.
I didn't know we were transitioning.
Right. Which makes this really difficult for you to be the transition guy.
All right.
You want me to? You know what? I'll call you to let you know it's time to transition.
Call me on the phone.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Father-son cannibal duo jailed for beheading and cooking police officer. Warning. The article discusses graphic content.
I wouldn't have known that from the headline.
I'm skimming for quotes to see if we're gonna need your voice talents, but doesn't look like it.
Oh yeah.
A father and
I see some.
all right, I'll save them for you. Okay. You got your character ready?
Sure.
A father and son from Ukraine have been sentenced to 15 years behind bars for beheading a police officer and cooking his body parts. Maxim and Yakov Smirnov, 42 and 21, were convicted of killing a person,
Right.
45 years old. It is understood the trio were drinking together when they started arguing about the conflict between. All right, I'm not doing this story.
Bill Smith.
All right, yeah. It is understood the trio were drinking together when they started arguing about the conflict between Bill Smith's forces. Nope, it's a country.
Damn it. That made it even better.
Kiev's courses and pro-Moscow rebels, according to the Daily
What the
Mail.
fuck does that even mean?
They then stabbed the policeman to death before reportedly beheading him and cutting out his heart, kidneys, liver, and other internal organs. Smirnov said he cooked the meat, which they served to a homeless man. All of it? Like all at once? Just all the meat?
Jesus Christ.
However, he later changed his statement and claimed he hardly ate. However, he later changed his statement and claimed he
Hardly ate.
the human's remains, which were included in a broth, because it made him feel instantly sick. I don't want to read it anymore.
So, if you were to kill somebody right now, and you said, I'm going to cut out his heart, kidneys, liver, and other internal organs, would you be able to take a knife and put it in somebody and distinguish, like, okay, here's his kidneys, here's his liver? Would you be able to know what you're looking at?
Doesn't a heart look like the Valentine's Day thing?
Yes, the heart is easy, but I don't know what a kidney looks like.
Kidneys.
I can't. This story is weird because, like, he cut out his kidneys, heart, liver. Okay, how would you even know what a liver looks like? I don't know. I mean, just regular people don't know what liver looks like.
Okay, so if I was to kill somebody and they were laid out right here, and I'd get the button gut and just run it right up them.
Of course.
And then you just start scooping shit out and throwing it in a pile next to them. Eventually, you're going to hit to where, yeah, I took out the heart and the kidneys and the liver and the.
Yeah, but how do you know what to cook? I mean, do you cook the mush, or do you just boil that up?
Whatever don't have poop in it.
Is that because that's dirty? Interesting. So I made a reference to Yakov Smirnov on our Discord, and I don't think anybody knows who Yakov Smirnov is.
Well, he's not exactly relevant.
What are you talking about? Super relevant to everyday life. How can you not know who Yakov Smirnov is?
Who cares who he is? I mean, wait, it was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, I know. That was the joke, man. That was the joke. Can I transition out of my own jokes that don't work?
Yes, you just
Yes. Perfect. Next time I'll do it without asking.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to sit here and awkwardly wait for the.
What are we waiting for?
Transition.
I already did. I transitioned out of my joke, remember?
Boober Eats in the news. Ham and pickle coming at you. Boober Eats. Where was this out of?
Oh, my God.
As
Oregon.
reported by Canelo Lopez from Reuters, strip clubs across the U.S. have closed indefinitely for business because, okay, so the long story of this is that you get strippers to come to your house and bring you food.
Right. And then they stopped doing that. And there was another article here. They started doing drive-through strip shows, basically, where instead of sending the strippers to you, you drive through and you park and eat your meal and watch the strippers in the parking lot.
Customers who order food from the Lucky Devil can pay $30 per car and driver, plus $10 for any passengers in the car to use the drive-thru and watch a show, which lasts one song. How fucking horny do you have to be that you're going to basically a bunch of McDonald's strippers and pay them $40?
Yes. to strip in a parking lot. Okay. When's the last time you went to a strip club?
Oh, shit. Probably 10 years ago.
It's probably been roughly that for me too. I never, even when I was younger, I just didn't get it. I've only been to, I don't know, 3 or 4, I guess, but you don't get to have sex with them. And
it depends which ones you go to.
I don't know. I mean, so every time I left there, I always felt like, all right, well, that sucked. I mean, that night was shitty. Like I don't have, that's $50 or $60, $70, $80, $100 that I don't have anymore.
Yeah,
and I have literally nothing to show for it.
You're going to the wrong place.
Why?
Well, I know for sure. I don't know if it's still around. I don't want to say the name of it, but there was a place near where you live where you could get a hand job sitting at the bar for $1.
I think that place closed a long time ago. I think I know exactly what place you're talking about. Yeah, I never went to that place. I think that place closed before I was even old enough to go there.
Well, I don't know. That I spent a lot of time in there. That was the
one.
Well, that was the place where when you go to all the bars, and then there was the place up above the hill attached to the bowling alley that would stay open later than all the other places, and then we would leave there and go down to the strip club.
Yeah. So I've heard a lot of stories about that place from a lot of different people over the years.
Fuck, it was such a shithole.
I've heard, I mean, multiple times people telling me that they could get a hand job for $1, and, you know, it's like, all right. But I don't know. I mean, that doesn't really do anything for me. I can give my own self a hand job for free. I mean,
yeah, but you can't. When's the last time you gave yourself a hand job and drank a beer at the exact same time?
I don't know that I've ever done that. So I want to know why it's called a hand job when a girl does it to you, but it's called masturbating when you do it yourself. It's not, nobody ever says I gave myself a hand job. That sounds weird.
Nobody ever says she masturbated me.
I know, it sounds weird.
Well,
let's just pick one.
No, I think masturbation is saying that you're doing it to yourself. I mean, you've got to define that. I mean, you don't have to. We choose to, but
you don't have to. You can do whatever you want.
You missed out, man.
You think so?
Yeah. Not so. Just the life experience of going to that bar 50 or 60 times.
Awesome.
It. If I remember right, I want to say it was like a $8 cover with a 2-drink minimum.
Really?
And you had to buy the 2 drinks right when you walked in the door.
Oh.
So and I think they were like $5 a pop. So it was $18, and they open up 2 cans of beer and set them in front of you. I don't even know you got to choose what kind of beer you wanted.
It's warm and it's already open.
Yeah, it was warm. That's for sure.
That's disgusting. So you say I missed out. I think you're wrong. I mean, shitty experience is not good. Like,
No.
it doesn't like build character or.
Oh, you're absolutely wrong. You're 100% wrong. It does build character. I am who I am right now because of that girl giving dollar hand jobs at the bar.
No, I think you're misunderstanding breaking down character for building character.
It's still character, nonetheless.
Right. Okay.
No, I think there's something to be said for life experiences like that. Fighting in a shitty strip club. And
I agree with you, but I can't help but not understand why we look at those things fondly as like you missed out if you didn't get into a fight at a strip club where you can get $1 hand job. I look at it like, thank God I didn't have to go through that.
Yeah, but now, hey, Anthony, tell me a story of something funny that happened in your life.
I don't have any funny stories. Nothing funny happened to me.
It was all show prep. That's why everything that I did was show prep.
Damn it. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Did I tell you about the time that we stole all that beer and I didn't drink any of it?
Several times, yes.
All right. It's the only funny story I got.
You want to tell it again?
No. I didn't even want to tell it the first couple times, probably. I don't know.
You should tell it again, but just change it. Just keep changing it. Like either change the amount of beer or
no. So we were at a strip club that didn't even serve beer, and we made them brew beer so that we could steal it. I don't fucking know.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, super hardcore. You know me. So I guess if the only thing I'm missing out on is the stories, I'm okay with it.
I can't even put it into words. It's more than just the stories. It's life experience. Mm-hmm. Like you're going to think that I'm attacking you when I say this, but you have no life experience.
So, and that is exactly what I'm saying is that you think that somebody who didn't live the same way you did has no life experience, which is, it's not wrong. It's not you romanticizing this. It's everybody romanticizes all these stupid things that people do when they're young. Like that's what you're supposed to do to learn or whatever. And I don't agree with that. I don't think you have to get into fights and be drunk every weekend and get dollar hand jobs to have lived a decent life, you know, or an interesting life, I guess.
Okay. Do you think that in the grand scheme of things, do you think that you have lived an interesting life? No,
not at all.
Here's what I think. I think that your memory is so bad that, so I remember pretty much everything that's ever happened to me.
Okay.
You remember nothing that's happened to you. So you don't know if you've lived an interesting life or not.
Right.
The fact that you had
you're 100% right about that. Yeah.
The fact that you had a really good friend ask you to suck your dick. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't me. Let's be clear, everybody.
You didn't ask. You just went right for it.
So I've got to interrupt. I noticed that Val is pissed off because I didn't give him credit for the idea behind our bonus episode this Sunday.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, all right. Good job, Val.
No, I didn't want to do it.
Oh.
I just wanted to acknowledge that he was pissed off.
I don't even think it was him that said it then, was it? It was somebody else.
I don't know. I can't keep track of this shit.
I want to know where you were going with the fact that I had a friend that offered to suck my cock.
Or
asked me to suck my cock.
I think that you've probably had some interesting life experiences and you just don't remember them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like every week, every day, something happens to me that I think I could tell this story on the podcast and it's funny. And every day or every week I ask you, hey, anything happened this week? And you say, no. I don't believe that it didn't. I just don't believe that you either didn't look at it in the right light or you didn't remember it happened.
I think both of those things are probably true.
The story you just told me right before we started recording, that's what I would have led with.
Really? So maybe we are looking at it different because I looked at it like that was like the same old. You know what I mean?
How many times have you been through a drive-through graduation?
Never.
Same old is what?
I don't know. It feels like that's all anybody talks about is this coronavirus and how it's affecting their lives, and everybody has a story about somebody being overly cautious and stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I
think it would be interesting. It's all in how you tell the story. If you just talk about the blah, blah, blah pandemic, blah, blah, blah people dying, blah, blah, blah bodies in the streets, blah, blah, blah. Nobody gives a shit. But if you talk about just like when we were talking on the phone the other day about your mask policy when you go to the store.
Oh God.
That's funny.
It's not funny. It pisses me off. So where I live, you can't go to the fucking grocery store without a mask on. They got people, they got guards. They're not armed. I mean, I don't think they're armed. They've got guards.
So
at
there's
the
people
door.
there. There's people there, just torsos running around telling you to put your fucking mask on. No, you
Right.
put it on for me.
Yeah, you put it on for me. No arms. So yeah, they've got people, stationed outside the doors, and they're turning people away from the grocery store if you're not wearing a mask. And I go into the grocery store, and I feel like a fucking moron when I have a mask on, even though I look around and all these other people have masks, and I see that they have masks. So I'm not like out of place at all, but I feel retarded. Like, what are we doing? What is the point of any of this? Like, it just gets me upset every single time, because it's either you're killing my grandma or the virus doesn't exist. There is literally no in between.
So what would happen if you walk into the store and the fucking Walmart greeter says, "Hey, you got to put your mask on." You say, "Oh, I apologize," and you pull it out of your back pocket, put it on your mouth, and written on magic marker across the front is "fuck faggots in the mouth" or something like that. You got to take that off.
Yeah.
Now wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You're infringing on my right to be safe. So two stories, two small things. My dad works at a gas station, and when they first introduced this mask policy, I talked to him on the phone, and he said that most people are okay. We'll say, "Hey, you got to put a mask on," and they're like, "Oh, sorry, forgot." They put it on. He said that he had to refuse service to someone because they said, "Fuck that, I ain't wearing no fucking mask," and started yelling and cussing at my dad and calling him an asshole and this and that, and then went to the back of the store and got their shit and brought it up. And my dad's like, "No, you can go somewhere else and buy your fucking shit. Get the fuck out of here."
You go somewhere else and buy your malt liquor.
Yeah, exactly. I
And
couldn't disagree more with the rules that we're supposed to wear a fucking mask. But at the same time, yelling at the fucking guy at the gas station because the governor says you have to wear a mask, what a goddamn piece of shit you are.
did your dad happen to mention what color that guy was?
No.
All right. So
But,
that means he was white.
Yeah. I'm guessing, yeah. That's what I was just going to say. He didn't mention it, so that means he's white. So I was looking on the internet. Sometimes I go to the punk rock subreddit because I like punk rock. And there are people on the punk rock subreddit selling face masks with punk rock logos on the front of them. And that hurts my brain. When I see things like that, it fucking hurts my brain, man.
Wasn't punk rock like against the establishment and all
Yes, 100%. Yes. It just fucking kills me, man.
that? That's like a mask with the anarchy sign on it.
Right. Yes, that's exactly right. Yes. So that is why punk rock has a special place in my heart, because as everybody knows, I don't like being told what to do. And that was the ethic behind what I thought punk rock was. But apparently I was misinformed.
Okay, so wouldn't that be enough to get you to like rethink, like, you know what, maybe they were just part of the machine?
Yes. If I am subscribed to a magazine called Razor Cake. I've been subscribed for 10 years, probably 15 years. And they ran a contest a long time ago that if you got a tattoo of the Razor Cake logo, you get a free lifetime subscription to Razor Cake. So I did. I think there was like 5 people in the country, or what, maybe there's a little more, but not very many. So I have a lifetime subscription because I got a tattoo, and every month, it comes out every other month, and it's slowly, it's been getting more and more radical social justice propaganda. Basically, it's fucking insane. And it used to be a straight up punk rock magazine. Now it's a punk rock magazine that is inclusive of gender, queer, trans. I mean, they make a point of inserting all of that, and it's just not interesting to me anymore.
Okay. So what if we offer anybody that's listening that gets a Who's Right tattoo, you get a lifetime subscription to our RSS feed?
Right. I'm good with that. That would be awesome. Is there a way to do that? Because that would be sweet.
I think we just did it.
Right. Good. Somebody do it. I would like you to get our logo tattooed on your vagina so you can move like me on one side and Doug on the other.
No.
Why not?
No. I want your mouth wide open tattooed over somebody's butthole. So
I do
then
too. That would be awesome.
when somebody fucks their butt, they're face fucking you.
It looks like I'm sucking their cock. Yep. Yes, do that, please. You'll get a free lifetime subscription and the $1 tier for our Patreon.
No, you can't just volunteer
Oh,
my
sorry.
money away.
I'm sorry.
You get half off $1 patron,
Yeah, there you go. You get the $1 tier for 50 cents.
but I get that
Doug-
50 cents.
Doug's 50 cents. Oh shit. So I'm telling you all these things about my state being locked down or sort of locked down, and you're like, yeah, I've never seen anybody wear a mask, never worn a mask, no, nothing. Like literally nothing has changed in your life, and you can't even like go. You can't go anywhere here.
Anthony, I live in Nowheresville, Kansas. There's nothing here. Nothing. Like the fucking canola fields are going to be wearing masks and shit. The farmers out there by themselves are going to be wearing fucking masks.
Did they put masks on the scarecrows? Is that what-
There is
Nothing.
3 stores here if you count. So there's a hardware store, grocery store, and a Subway.
Interesting. At
There
least you
wasn't-
got good
there was-
food, I guess.
There was a Mexican store, but it's gone.
Really? Like a Mexican grocery store?
No, a restaurant.
Oh, restaurant. Okay.
But I call them Mexican stores.
Oh, cool.
Because if you ever wanted to go pick up a Mexican, you can always find one there.
Right next to the hammers. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know what all the fuss is about. It's fine with me. Everything's fine here.
Don't know what all the fuss is. I don't either. I'm not sure. I don't know how I still I don't know how I feel. Somewhere in the middle. Like the virus exists, but I'm not going to kill your grandma if I go outside, so I don't know how I feel.
All right.
What?
Noise!
All right.
66-year-old Nebraska woman sues all gay people.
What?
Why
you
didn't
do
we
that?
think of this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why didn't we do that?
Get a hold of her, see if we can make it a class action.
All right.
Sylvia Driscoll, a 66-year-old woman from Auburn, Nebraska, filed a federal lawsuit last week titled Driscoll versus Homosexuals.
Awesome. Did she come up with the name?
Driscoll, acting as her own lawyer and the ambassador of God and his son, Jesus Christ, would like the district court in Omaha to... Did you think this wasn't religiously motivated?
Yeah, it went from crazy to crazy.
Them religious nuts.
Nut jobs.
Would like the district court in Omaha to determine whether being gay is a sin. She did not cite any previous court cases in her petition, which is 7 pages long and written in cursive.
Oh my God.
Who writes in cursive?
66-year-old women.
Instead, relying on the counsel of Merriam-Webster and the Bible. Driscoll asks, why are judges passing laws so sinners can break religious and moral laws? Will all the judges of this nation judge God to be a liar?
But liar is spelled Lier. Awesome.
That's it. That's the fucking story.
Oh, that's it? Oh. Nothing like, this
God,
lady is a
why don't
fucking
we
nut job.
proofread this shit? This is stupid.
Oh God. Do you have somebody sent? Damn it.
No, you gotta go in order.
All right.
Just because we hit a bad story doesn't mean you gotta get all panic mode. And
No,
somebody
no,
sent me
I-
something.
No, I'm not. I just thought of something then.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, I'm good. What?
So somebody sent us like a list of controversial topics. I can't remember the context now. Oh, they had to write a paper on something controversial, right?
Yeah.
I can't. Do you remember where it was at? I don't remember where they sent it to us at.
Yeah, they sent it to me on Instagram, and then I texted it to you.
Okay, I couldn't remember where I got it from. I couldn't remember.
Jesus, see what I fucking mean? It was
What?
today.
Was it today?
Jesus Christ.
What, are you serious? Was that today? Holy fuck! I'm losing my mind.
So I was kind of saving that because I think
Oh,
that there's.
okay.
Well, I mean, we can bail
No,
on this
if-
other
if-
shit. But
If you want to save it, I don't care. I thought it was interesting, and it just popped into my head as we were crashing and burning. Because that story was so bad.
bail out. Yeah. So I there's 64 things on here. This came from Nugget.
Of course it did.
I don't know if Nugget is a male or female.
It's a male. No self-respecting woman would call herself a Nugget.
In my mind, she is a female, and she's a senior in college, and she has daddy issues.
I like where you're going with this. Give me a call, Nugget.
Whoa.
Dude,
Get off my Kool-Aid, motherfucker.
You came up with the idea. I get all the benefits.
The fuck? Anyway, yeah, we're going to revisit that. I think there's enough topics on there that we never have to do show prep again. It just gives us something to argue about.
Right. I like it.
You want to do an impromptu debate right now like we did episode 1, which you can get on these cassettes back here?
Go ahead and come to my house and you can have one. If you knock on my door, you can have one.
All right.
Yes.
Give me somebody in Discord. Give me a number between 1 and 64. The first one that comes up is going to pick the topic. It looks like 6.
Okay. That would be assisted suicide. What's the argument?
Okay.
I'm all for it.
So am I. All right, next one.
That was easy.
So do you want me to okay, he said 7.
I don't know what was 7. Battered women syndrome as a defense. Is that a defense?
I'm for it.
You're for battered. I'm for battered women when they're deep fried. Why not? I mean,
Hey, don't take the easy joke. Battered women syndrome. Yes.
yes.
Why? Just tell me what it is. Never make it.
Just from context, I think it's if you kill your husband and he was beating you, you don't go to jail.
Serious long-term domestic abuse can result in mental disorder called battered women syndrome. Battered women syndrome, which is also sometimes called battered wife syndrome, is considered a subcategory of post-traumatic stress disorder. Why in the fuck why can't men be battered?
Because we're tougher? I don't know. Can your wife beat you up?
It's not about beating you up.
So that's a yes.
Shut up.
So if there's plenty of what the hell do they call that? Stereotypes of the woman hitting the fucking guy in the head with the frying pan. You know what I mean? Like that's a common stereotype that I've seen throughout the fucking years. So it happens.
It has nothing to do with being able to beat up. It's just being able to control physically.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
With battered women syndrome, a woman may develop a learned helplessness that causes her to believe she deserves the abuse and that she can't get away from it. So that's just training, right?
Yes.
In many cases, it's why women don't report their abuse to police or avoid telling. Okay, so what's the defense? What you're saying doesn't make sense.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, battered women syndrome is saying that I'm not leaving my husband because I'm used to it or whatever.
Right. And then things get so bad that you kill your husband.
No.
That's what the defense.
But that's not battered women syndrome. The syndrome is battered. What you're describing is somebody saying, I had enough of him hitting me. That's the opposite of battered women syndrome.
So number 7 on the list says battered women syndrome defense. Right. So they must use that in court to defend themselves against murdering their husbands.
Nope.
And you obviously don't agree with it. So we can argue about that.
Defense. The battered women syndrome is not a legal defense in and of itself, but may legally constitute self-defense when using a reasonable and proportionate degree of violence in response to the abuse might appear the most appropriate defense, but recently it almost never succeeded. Okay, so you might have been right.
Maybe.
I think you touched on it.
Mm-hmm. I usually do. So do you think that, well, I guess, first of all, do you think that a traumatic experience, a prolonged traumatic experience in your life can change your brain enough to make you not sane and commit murder and be insane when you do it?
What?
That didn't even make sense to me.
There was like 14 questions.
Yeah,
and
I know. It didn't even make sense to me when I said it. Do you think that works as a defense? Do you think, well, he beat me for so long, I'm crazy, I shouldn't go to jail?
No.
So you think they should go to jail?
Yes.
I don't have a fucking argument. Of course they should go to jail. If you kill your husband, you should go to jail. I think if you...
Well, this fucking sheet sucked. Thank Nugget.
I think it's great. I think if you kill your husband and you can't claim insanity after the fact, can you? I was insane because he beat me for 30 years. Well, you didn't kill him for 30 years. Something must have changed in that lead up to where you actually did kill him.
All right, I got one.
All right.
Somebody in Discord, type 24. All right. Number 24. Thanks, Val. Downloading music from the internet through torrents.
Mm-hmm. Do I think that that's wrong or right? I think it's okay. I'm good with it.
Okay. So I told you about somebody that shared our RSS feed and was giving it out to other people for free.
Yeah.
And you got pissed off.
Yeah. It still pisses me off. Don't give our shit away for free.
Do you understand what just happened here?
No. I don't see the problem.
Who am I, Ronnie Van Zant?
So, okay, I have no problem with people sharing other people's stuff. That's do it. Share whatever you want, unless it's mine. Then don't share it.
You don't really believe that, right? Are you trying to? I don't know if you're trying to be funny and it's not working.
It's not. It's obviously not working, whether I'm trying or not. Oh God, I don't know because
what is there not to know? It's not yours to share. It's not yours to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different if somebody comes and takes your fucking kid's bike and then just gives it to the neighbor kid. It's like, well, hey.
It's 100% different.
It's not.
It is because it is.
I know what you're going to say. I know your defense.
Okay,
I'm
go
already
ahead.
prepared
tell
for
me.
it.
No, tell me.
Because what you're going to say is, if I was never going to buy it and I download it for free, if I was never going to buy it, they're not out anything.
Mm-hmm. That's not what I was going to say, but
lies.
But that too. But that's another argument that I could use. And on top of that, if I download something from somebody, it's not stealing because I didn't take anything from them. They never had anything in the first place. Whatever they had, they still have. They made a song. Once I download that song, it's not like they don't have it anymore.
They don't have the money that song was for sale, and you stole it.
I didn't steal it.
You did steal it.
How? How can you steal something how did I steal it if they still have it? They can still sell it to everybody else.
You have something that you didn't pay for.
That's irrelevant.
No, that's the definition of stealing.
No, it's not.
If something was for sale and you took it for free, that's stealing.
Okay, so
all right, you know what? We're looking up the definition of stealing.
So if I have, okay, say there's a bike that I want at the store. If I go and take a picture of that bike and I put it on the internet, is that stealing? It's the same thing. It's a copy of that thing.
No. If you take a picture of a bike and let's say it's set up against the sunset with two beautiful black babies in the basket.
Perfect. Sounds like a picture I would take.
And you put that on stockphoto.com /HTML or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
because it's such a good shot of these two black babies in the basket
Yes.
that you want to make some bucks.
Yes.
And then somebody comes along and photoshops out the watermark,
Mhm.
and now they get to use it for free.
Yes.
That's stealing.
It's not stealing.
Look, here's the definition of stealing: to move somewhere quietly or surreptitiously.
What? What? So as long as we do it quietly, we're good. I don't.
No, if you do it quietly, then you're stealing.
Oh, so as long as we're loud about it, we're good. I'm gonna steal this. Okay.
I'm borrowing your lawnmower. You know what we haven't done? Hey, Google, what time is it? Oh, I just wanted everybody's Googles to go off.
Okay, boomer.
Oh, fuck. You know what I didn't want to address, and it's like it's just fucking eating at me. This fucking Karen shit.
Isn't it annoying?
It's not annoying like I'm taking offense to it that, you know, all women, white women are Karens and whatever. It's just be original.
Right.
You can make fun of the race. That's fine. We're all bad. That's great.
Right.
But just be original about it. Not,
Yeah.
all right. So I can already poke holes in this argument. 7 Base just says, so Anthony apparently thinks eating stuff from a store and not paying for it is okay.
Yeah. It's not stealing if you're hungry. That's my stance.
So that wasn't what I was going to take.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'll be Anthony in this.
Okay.
I said 3 minutes ago, what's your name? 7 Based, that a song doesn't count because the person isn't out a song. They still have their song. Now I just have a copy of their song.
Right.
Whereas in your scenario of stealing food from a store, you are taking something tangible from the person and walking out the store, so they no longer have it.
Right.
Okay. But yes, that's still stealing, the same as
It's not.
it is. Okay, so
I don't understand how you think it's stealing if you're not taking anything. If I take it and they still have it, how did I steal it?
Okay, have you ever heard of intellectual property?
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I think it's stupid.
How in the fuck can you disagree with intellectual property? You disagree with the dumbest shit. I don't think that birds actually pollinate. Or bees, not birds.
Yeah, birds don't pollinate. So you don't see the irony in calling intellectual property stupid? That's funny to me. That was why I said it. I don't know anything about intellectual property rights. I think there is an overreach sometimes, but I agree broadly with the intellectual property rights. But it's way funnier to say I don't.
Oh, you can say this name.
Curtis Chameleon. Is that how you pronounce that?
What if Taste Test Stand was set out without the supermarket knowing?
That's stealing. Wait. How does that even work?
All right, let's work through the logistics. How okay, first I want to know how much time we need to spend on this. I got to see what New Zealand $5 is worth.
New Zealand $5.
New Zealand dollar is worth 62.62 United States dollars.
All right.
So that means it's worth $3.10.
Yep. So that means we've already spent enough time on it.
Yep. Moving on.
I knew that's where you were going. So wait, no. You have to answer the question. How in the world would they set up a taste testing stand without the supermarket knowing?
So you could do it. You just have to wear one of them stupid white shirts. And I used to stand by the doors at bars and be a bouncer. The people knew I wasn't a fucking bouncer. They let me collect money.
Oh, shit. Huh. Curtis Chameleon said he sees how it is now. I'm glad that we can help you see how it is.
So what you could have done, Curtis, is just say, please continue with my premise. and that 350 would have bought you another. We would have worked through the logistics.
Logistically, we got to figure this out.
We're like a really shitty 900 number service. Okay, so if you were going to go into a store, so it'd be like Ocean's 11, except the whole point of it is just to set up a taste test stand. So the first thing you have to do is find the store manager and hit him in the back of the head with a hammer, because he knows who all the employees. He knows what they look like.
He knows too much. This guy's got to go. In order for this plan to go off without a hitch, then the manager's got to go.
So you've managed to get the manager out of the picture. Now you just start eating shit, I guess, or give.
You got to set up the stand. Where do you get the stand? Do you got to build it?
You know what? You know what would be funny is to dress up like one of those, like an employee. You know, because all you need is a fucking apron and a fucking tag or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just when somebody walks by, just grab a box of something and say, "Would you like a free sample?"
Just walk down the aisle, and as somebody comes towards you, just stop and grab whatever's closest. Would you like a taste of this? Sir, that's raw steak. Yeah. You want a taste or what? You got a knife to cut it?
All right. 7 based. Doug, you are a saint. I love and hate Anthony. Doug, you are a saint. I love and hate Anthony. That's how I'm reading it.
Punctuation is awesome.
At the same time, I don't know how you deal with it.
It is rough for me to deal with it. Thanks.
Yeah, we've been having I think, do you feel like we've worked through our shit?
I think so. It seems like it. What do you think?
Jury's still out.
Yeah. All right. You ready to work through it now?
No. I'm not doing another one of those.
Oh God.
Let's see. What do we got here? I don't want to do Doctor Watching Porn. We still have that big email to go through. That's going to take like a half hour.
I don't even know what it says. You never read it to me.
Listen to you. You're like a baby.
No. You said you wanted to. I'm curious. You said it's not a baby. You said you wanted to save it for the show, and I'm like, sweet. I'm curious what they said. Why is it going to take so long?
All right, here we go. I don't want to do this.
Oh, come on.
All right, so I got an email from Everyday Feminism. If you remember, we signed up for
Curing our white guilt.
Yeah, curing the white guilt. You're getting requests for your impersonations. 7 base says, Anthony, give me the Chinaman who.
You mean, yes, he's yes.
At least use his fucking name when you're doing it. Make it personal.
Yes, seven base. Yes, 7 base.
Okay, so you have a hard time.
Yes.
Doing your voice.
I didn't know you weren't done.
Doing your voice and having a premise, right?
Yes.
So pretend that you are, I guess we'll make you 16-year-old Oriental boy with a China bowl hat.
Mm-hmm.
And you are trying to talk 7 based into letting you suck his dick.
Oh, 7 base. It would do me great pleasure and great honor if you could put your penis in my mouth.
Don't you think that if this was the case, that you would probably say something like your egg roll or something? Don't all Chinese people just use food for?
This. Yes,
bong.
Egg roll. Yes, bong.
You got your sweet and sour sauce in my mouth. Bong. I feel like we're stealing something from
somewhere. Yeah, somewhere. I don't know where though.
Right.
What are you dirt merchants doing in our neck of the woods?
God damn it, 7.
I'll tell you what our necks are doing in your woods.
I nutted in the egg roll.
Oh, yes, nutted. What is nutted? So how you say nutted?
Is that
Bong.
That's our new transition.
Yeah. All right, you ready? Record that one.
Hold on.
Bong.
Let me get set up here. God damn it. Shit. Oh, I got to get rid of one.
Get rid of that one.
Which one?
The somebody spazzing out because I don't even know who did that. They're probably listening. They're probably gonna be mad.
All right.
Sorry.
Clear. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Bong. Bong. So stupid.
All right.
I love it.
Okay, so we did the white guilt thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I got an email, which must have been how I got on their list.
Sure.
Okay. Fuck it. This is so much words. I just finished writing this piece. Quote, here's why white allies can get so overwhelmed and confused about what to do next about racism. I wrote it because I'm seeing a lot of people angry and upset about all the racist violence and exploitation happening around us. Whether it's Ahmaud Arbery, which that's a whole nother fucking thing that we've never talked about.
Mm-hmm.
The poor jogger.
Yeah. Yep. It's amazing when you frame things different, isn't it? The poor jogger.
He was gunned down needlessly by 2 hillbillies in a pickup truck. Anyway, whether it's Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor being shot and killed by police, or the essential workers who tend to be people of color and are often undocumented, and whose work is treated as more valuable than their lives and humanity. Okay, so right there, I'm like, why don't you call bullshit as I'm reading this? Okay, that'll make it easier.
No, that. So you said that the essential workers who are mostly colored and immigrants.
Whoa!
What?
I said people of color, not colored.
Okay. So
I don't want to come off as being racist.
Neither do I. But it's stupid to think that the essential workers are the majority of them are people of color or immigrants. That's horseshit, and you know it's horseshit. Even the person writing it knows it's horseshit.
While most people of color have been consciously living with this their entire lives, these stories, yeah, just do that. Just bullshit. That'll make this much better than what I was anticipating. While most people of color have been consciously living with this their entire lives, these stories have also been a more recent wake-up call for many white people. Increasingly more and more white people are feeling called to do something to stop racism.
Bullshit. There's bullshit.
But too few are clear on what those next steps for themselves should be. If that's you, you may feel overwhelmed and confused trying to figure out what specifically you should do to address racism. You may also be upset with yourself for how overwhelmed and confused you feel.
Awesome.
Not helpful to racial justice and not where you want to be. But there's actually a really good reason for those feelings, and it's white supremacy's fault.
What?
If you can get why, then you can begin to take actions to free yourself from it. So you can start taking real steps towards doing anti-racism work. That's why I've written this piece explaining my understanding of the situation after working with hundreds of white allies. If you want to understand why you feel so emotionally stuck and unable to take action, despite really wanting to, please check it out. If you resonate with my perspective and want some further guidance and support from me, you'll also learn about the online healing training I offer to white allies. Hope you find it useful. Okay, so you click the link, and now it takes you to her website.
Mm-hmm. Is she white?
No, she's Chinese. No, not. Oh,
I mean, that's racist.
Okay. Here's why white allies can get so overwhelmed and confused about what to do next about racism. So this one is really fucking wordy, man. Like,
awesome, just awesome.
No, I need more from if we're going to do this, because it's going to be hard to get through.
Okay.
So like I won't stop reading.
Okay.
Here's how we're going to make this interesting.
All right.
I'm going to continue reading.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to argue with whatever I'm saying. If something pisses you off, I just want you to rant about it.
Okay.
I'm going to continue reading the email.
Okay. I'll try to keep up.
Ready?
Ready.
Is this you? The pain of witnessing... fuck, I can't talk. The pain of witnessing racist violence has become too much for you to stand by and do nothing.
No.
So you want to be white ally for racial justice?
No.
You get that racism exists and you want it to end. You get that white supremacy exists and you want to dismantle it.
No.
You get that you have white privilege and you want to overturn the system that upholds it.
No, fuck that.
So you've tried to talk with other white folks about this, and
No,
it
I
has
haven't.
gone terribly.
Yes.
Some common responses you get are they believe that the person who names racism is the real racist, as opposed to the person who committed the racist act.
Which is usually true.
They get defensive and insist that they're a good person and never meant to be racist, and so they could never have done anything racist. They're surprised at the racist impact of certain laws and think that it isn't American, despite the long history of racist laws as the foundation for this country.
No.
They insist that the everyday racism around them isn't really racism, but say they are against racism.
Well, I don't even understand what the fuck she's talking about.
So you usually end up mad at them, and they end up mad at you.
Right.
You want to get better at talking about racism with them, but their responses just make you so angry.
Yeah.
How-
Yes.
How can they not see what you see?
Right.
But you also know, I'm like an eighth of the way through.
Jesus Christ. Is it worth it?
7 Base says, read it as Raiden the toy smuggler.
It's Raiden the dildo smuggler. I mean, thank you.
You are not alone in this. All right.
Now, that would be funny.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have impersonation off.
Okay.
I'm tired of you getting all the fucking cred for your Japanese impression or whatever the fuck it is.
Foley work. It's my Foley work.
So I'm sending you the link in private chat
All right.
to this website.
Okay. Go to, okay. All right.
Throw it in Discord too. So what we are going to do
All right.
is alternate.
Okay. Are we at the bullet points?
I don't know.
Is that what we're alternating? There's so much here. Jesus Christ.
All right. So here's what we're doing. I am down at just past the bullet points.
What the fuck? Where is that? Okay.
So you go, just read the, like, so you usually end up mad at them and
Yep.
they end up mad at you.
Yep.
Then I'll go.
Okay.
No, this is better.
Okay.
We're going to alternate every other word.
Oh, God. All right. This won't take very long. Ready?
Hold on. Jacob said, finally finished catching up on the show. 10 out of 10. Thank you.
All right.
All right. You ready?
Yes. Am I starting?
Sure.
All right. So,
You
usually
and
up
Matt.
at
So it's hard not to go, oh, every time.
You're right.
So we got to be more concise. It's too spaced out. There's no way that anybody would buy this.
All right. We're
You
going to
gotta
edit it
you
all
gotta
together,
go faster.
right?
You got to go
Oh, we got
faster.
to go faster? All right. Go ahead. All right. So,
No, with Chinese.
Damn it. So,
Ooh,
you usually
and
up
Mad.
mad.
you retard.
I can't read one fucking word at a time.
Okay, let's try it with no accents. Just try reading it.
Okay. So,
You
usually.
like normal, butt flicker.
You said no accent. I have a very thick accent. All right. So,
You
usually
and
up
mad
at
them
and
they up
mad
at
you
you want. And I what? Fuck, you're
This is impossible.
okay. So anyway, this thing goes on and on and on and on, literally, and you get down to the bottom of it, and it says, "Yes, I want to learn more." So you would have had this is like, I don't know,
I've been studying for my master's, but yes, I want to learn more.
No, it's like probably a solid 15 minutes of reading if you were to go through it. And then you click on it,
Uh-huh.
and then it's more reading and words and words. And
Yes, I want to learn more.
have you felt confused about how to make sure you don't accidentally say something that's racist when you can't trust yourself to know what's racist? Are you conflicted about speaking up against racism but not wanting to speak over people of color? Are you ashamed when you still subconsciously stereotype people of color even though you don't want to? Are you guilty about having white privilege but not knowing if you're willing to give it up or even how to do that? Are you overwhelmed? Who is agreeing to any of this? Are you overwhelmed with trying to figure out what you should do to fight racism but without asking people of color for the answers while still trying to follow their lead?
What? What?
Are you angry at your white family and friends who just don't get it?
Yes, I am.
Go out there and yell at your wife right now. I hate you and your whiteness.
I should. I'm going to start yelling at my kids for being white. So, do you think if there was somebody who is yelling at their children for being white and they're white and I called DCFS, do you think DCFS would take those kids away?
What?
What? Do you think it's child abuse to yell at your kids for being white?
It depends.
I mean, were they really being white?
No, you can be mad at your kids for being white. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Really? I got it all backwards. All right. So what if you're black and you're yelling at your kids for being black?
Oh, that's racist.
All right. What if you're white and you're yelling at your kids for being black?
If your kids are white and you're yelling at them for acting black, that's fine.
Is it?
Yes. You don't want your white kids acting black, do you?
I mean,
there's
they'll fit in
specifically-
and they'll be really good at basketball. They'll probably get a scholarship or something.
I don't.
That's how that works, isn't it?
No, it's in their genes. You can't fake that shit.
Oh, all right.
7 based again. I need perpetuity for this bit. What bit?
What's perpetuity?
7 based. It's okay. Just rename them all Peckerwoods.
Oh, Peckerwoods. Who are we renaming Peckerwoods?
All right.
It's like
So-
he's having a conversation that we're not having. I'm confused.
So this thing goes on.
And on and on.
Identify the pain that if you could address white supremacy from a grounded place where you were deeply connected to yourself and the other person, where you could identify the pain that's being your resistance and struggle to take action for racial justice.
Identify the pain that's I'm trying to keep up with this. Identify the pain that's behind your resistance and struggle to take action for racial justice.
Can we put that on a shirt?
Yes, I think that'd be great. Care for your pain while holding space for others to do the same. What does that even mean? If you care for your pain, won't your pain grow? You don't want your pain to grow. Stop being scared of making a mistake and see them as opportunities for compassionate learning.
I agree with that. There's nothing wrong with that sentence.
Get humanizing alternatives to silencing yourself or coddling other people who are being harmful. I don't know what that means. Engage in dialogue with other people without letting fear or attachment drive you. What does that mean? How would attachment drive me?
There's nothing wrong with that. I agree with her on that in that bullet.
Okay. Help other white people transform their ignorance and defensiveness into greater consciousness and motivation to act in solidarity with people of color. What if I don't feel solidarity with them? Am I the problem?
No, but I did that Twitter poll, and black people don't like being called people of color.
Yep. So where's the solidarity?
Yeah, wouldn't it be? Shouldn't this be written in defensiveness into greater consciousness and motivation to act in solidarity with people? That's how it should be.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that I would agree with. Begin inviting others into a culture of care and consent with how you show up together. So half of the things they say.
Hello there, everybody.
half the shit they say they don't follow themselves at all.
It's not important. Don't
Right.
get caught up in the details.
All right. Sorry.
Because
there's
this
just
healing-
so many details.
Because this healing work calls white people to be gentle and patient with themselves, which goes against everything white supremacy taught you to do.
What?
Okay, so this goes on and on and on. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, bonus modules, but you get down to the bottom, and you can sign up for her seminars for $497.
Holy fuck. So we're in the wrong business?
And the registration fees are subsidized based on how much you make. If you earn less than $30,000 US dollars per year, you can sign up for $197 because they care.
Because they care.
So this whole thing, that's what I thought was so funny about this email, is this whole thing is just, if you go through the trouble of reading everything, it either means you have a shitty podcast or you believe this bullshit.
Right.
And
So
then
you think
it's all just a fucking bait and switch to get you to sign up for $500.
to learn how terrible of a person you are? To have some Chinese person berate you?
Yeah. No, you're signing up. So they made it $500 because they know that the people that feel like this can spend $500 to make themselves believe that they're not going to feel like this.
No. I think you're wrong about that. I think they have $500 that they can make other people realize that they're willing to spend $500 to get rid of these feelings or whatever. It's not about how they feel. It's about a matter of how they can show other people how good of people they are.
Oh, yes. I took a seminar. So
Yeah. I paid $500 for a Chinese lady to yell at me. I'm a good person.
Oh, you motherfucker! I would sign up for it if that's what it was. If she just standing there with nunchucks and shit.
No, she has a rolling pin. She's got a rolling pin and fucking, and she's wearing a robe or just yelling and screaming swinging a rolling pin at me. That'd be great.
Hadouken!
Holy shit, that'd be awesome.
Well,
I think that might be a stereotype. I'm not sure.
we got a payday coming up. Do you want to sign up for this or not?
Yeah, we earn less than $30,000 a year, don't we?
Yeah, but I'd really like that table saw.
Damn. All right.
Jacob would like to know when you're making an OnlyFans for them.
Who, me?
Yeah.
So do I have to get naked, and how much money do I get?
How much would it take for you to get naked?
Not much.
$15? Well, wait a
Sure.
minute. Let's start with $2.
It's $2 is enough to get me started on the journey. So, yeah, what difference does it make? We're all born naked. I'd live in a nudist colony, really. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. If people are going to pay me, I'll get naked.
So this article, I want to hold on.
Bong. Awesome.
This last article I want to do is it's kind of dated. I don't know that we ever talked about it.
Okay.
It's from 2015, but we're going to pretend like it just came out.
Okay.
It's the 9/11 one.
Okay. This is new news.
7 Based says, I'd Hadouken Anthony with all of my soul.
I'd take every inch of it, too.
I'd take all of your Hadouken.
The whole thing.
Can you make that noise?
Hadouken! Is that good?
So no?
Nope. Apparently not.
I think yours was better than mine.
Get over here. I can do that one.
No, you can't.
Nope.
Kermit the Frog in Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Say, hey, Miss Piggy, get over here.
Oh, hey, Mr. Piggy. Hey, Miss Piggy, get over here. How about that?
I meant in that voice.
Oh, I can't do that. That's hard.
All right. Disgusting new virtual reality simulator allows players to experience horror of 9/11 from inside the North Tower.
This is awesome.
Herb McPuff says, can white people become people of non-color? No.
White people become people of white is a non-color. or wait?
Shut up.
All right. I don't fucking know.
No, there's black people, there's brown people,
Mhm.
yellow people, and normal people.
Mhm. Fat people and normal people.
Hey,
Hey.
it's so stupid. Like, just everybody gets a label, and then you're in your own little separate group, and then
Yep. It's important to hate everybody else and love everybody that's in your group. There are a lot of asshole white people. I don't like all white people. It's stupid.
I think
Yes.
7 Base complimented you on your Hadouken.
Yes. Hadouken!
Don't you steal my shit, motherfucker. God
They
damn
asked for it. I got to give the fans what they want. That and my nuts.
That's me shutting you up. I hit that with so much anger. Took away my Hadouken.
I heard the fucking anger, man.
You took away my Hadouken. A disturbing new virtual reality simulator lets players live out the unspeakable horror of the 2001 terror attacks from inside the North Tower, and it's drawing fire. No, that's not the good words to use.
It's drawing fire.
They did that on purpose.
Yes, they did.
The games are just dropping off the shelves or something. Anthony's already got the only friends mindset. Only fans mindset.
What does that mean? Like, you want to see my nuts and pay me? I'll show you my nuts. Is that the right mindset?
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Created by a group of student developers in France, the first-person 3D simulator is titled 8:46 or 8 minutes 46 seconds, in a nod to the exact time the first hijacked plane slammed into the World Trade Center. Gamers assume the role of someone in an upper-floor North Tower office as the two planes crash, the buildings erupt in flames, and victims scramble in vain for an exit. Video of the simulator posted on YouTube reveals. Trapped workers make desperate phone calls, cry, gasp for air, break windows, and even jump.
Why would anyone do this? It's disgusting. It hurts.
Denise Matsuda.
Hey, that worked.
No, that wasn't Italian that you did.
Damn it.
Whose husband, Walter Matuza, died in the North Tower, told the Daily News Monday. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sure there are sick people who will get to cheat through from this, but people should know it's not a make-a-believe thing. In real life, it was someone's husband or wife jumping and leaving family behind.
Okay. So, what's your thoughts on this game?
I think it's in poor taste, but I mean, so is a lot of other things. I don't.
Why is it in poor taste?
People died. It's always in poor taste when you make fun of people that died.
Who said anything about making fun? It's not like you're running around the North Tower juggling like where everybody's.
That would be even better.
It would be-
Juggling baby parts from the nursery. The goal for this mission is to go down to the nursery, get some baby arms, and juggle them.
You have all them fucking World War II games where they're storming the beaches and shit.
Yeah.
Lots of people died, but that's not considered poor taste. That's like good fodder for fucking video games.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I guess I don't know why. I mean, my first thought is that it's in poor taste, and I don't know why. I don't know why it feels that way.
So if you could have a realistic simulation, so you put on your goggles, it's not like the bullshit computer generated shit.
Sure.
It's not the stupid bullshit computer generated shit, like the Dire Straits music video.
Yeah.
Money for nothing.
That was fucking cutting edge, dude.
So would you do it?
Yeah. Would I play it? Absolutely. Just for the experience. You got one fucking viewer. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. Okay, fine. Whatever. I don't know.
You're confusing me.
I'm confused. We're getting attacked because we have one viewer watching us. I've seen a lot of comments go by. I don't know. I'm not worried about it, I guess.
I don't understand. Hey, it says, "Hey, answer me." What was the question? Can you repeat the question?
Oh, fuck.
Is it is it more offensive to know
You got to read the name.
Curtis Chameleon? Is it more offensive to know it functions like a free indie horror game? What if it was a ride at arcades instead or something?
That would be an awesome ride.
The 9/11 ride. Takes you all the way up and then drops you straight down. You're crazy. What? Crazy white boys. Is that me?
Hey, Anthony, we are recording a podcast.
Yes.
You have to reference what the fuck you're reading so the people listening understand why you just go off on tangents.
So before I can reference
Answer
what I'm
me!
reading, before I can reference what I'm reading, I have to comprehend what I'm reading. I was still trying to wrap my head around it. Tiffany Jenkins.
Tiffany Jenkins, that's a black name if I ever heard one, said, Jenkins, that's a black name. There's no white people named Jenkins.
All right.
You're crazy, white boys. Thanks, Tiffany.
I'm not white.
Anyway, so you fucking, would you do a like, you know, like you're walking through the mall, they do like the roller coaster simulator. And shit?
Yeah.
If they had a 9/11 simulator where you could see exactly what it was like being in the North Tower when the plane hit, whatever, 15 stories below you, would you do it?
Yeah. Just for the experience. Yeah. You wouldn't?
Oh, yeah, fucking right, I would do it.
Fucking right, I would.
But you just said it was in poor taste, and now you're trying to sign up to do it.
No, yeah, I know. I backtracked. You didn't hear me? I said my first reaction was it was in poor taste, and then you made a point that I agreed with, and I don't understand why my first reaction was that it was in poor taste, but I don't think it is. I mean,
Blood in the Discord chat I think he's yelling at me.
What?
Every black, in quotes, name was a white name 400 years ago, Doug, you cunt.
Are you saying black people stole our names? 'Cause that's what I got out of that.
That's kind of racist from our one black listener.
Tiffany Jenkins said, "I'm telling you, white gangs in the prison system."
Cool.
I don't know what that means, but please don't.
All right. Can we get back to I want to wrap this shit show up, man. Fuck.
Yes.
That's
So
it.
we both agree that if there's a 9/11 ride, we're going on it. We're so distracted. This is so distracting.
Quit looking at him.
Yeah, you quit looking at him. Oh shit! Bong.
All right, fuck it. Sorry, I thought there would. It's not worth trying to keep going. We're gonna save the 9/11 story. Do it again next week.
And the week after that, and the week after that. We should pick a story where we do it every week. I am confused by Tiffany Jenkins.
Don't pay attention to the fucking chat. Last fucking time, I'm telling you.
I can't help it.
You are not allowed to look at you are not allowed to interact with the listeners even after we're done recording.
Ever in my life. Oh shit.
I don't know how many fucking times I've got to tell you that we both can't monitor them.
Oh shit.
How about if you want to monitor them, then I won't. But we both can't.
No.
And meanwhile, she's yelling at us.
Oh God. It all went off the rails.
No, so I'm telling you.
What? What are you telling me?
You can monitor the chats, and I won't. But we both can't, because then it's just us. We're not engaged with each other.
Yeah, I know. That was the shtick. That's the shtick that's been going on for like 5 minutes, and it's fucking funny.
It's now, fuck me. All right.
See, it's funny.
This isn't funny.
You're fucking laughing.
Jacob Wolf says, "There, you earned $50 from Super Chats tonight." Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Doesn't
Thank
sound
you.
like I appreciate it, but I do.
Curtis Chameleon.
He paid $2 to tell us that we're not allowed to read the chats. If you wouldn't have wrote it, we wouldn't have read it.
Oh shit, I love it. Yes, other than right now with this being the shtick, when we both read chats, it sucks. but I think this was funny.
Okay, so like I can't stress this enough. I mean, I'm telling you, you have to quit. You have to. I don't even want you signed into our service.
I'm not even allowed on the fucking duck job, whatever this thing's called.
It's like every week I tell you, like, don't look at the chats, and you say I won't, and then you start looking at the chats as soon as the first one comes up.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
All right, let's do our new patrons, and then before I get pissed off and quit,
storm out of here.
That is assuming that no more super chats are going to come in.
Oh, fuck.
I really want that table saw.
Put it on your fucking wish list. Don't you have a wish list? Where people can buy you things?
Yeah, but they just don't have access to it.
Oh, well, put it on there and put it up. Somebody will buy it for you.
I'd rather have my dignity.
Why?
You can't cut wood with dignity. You ever tried making a chair out of dignity?
Just watch my OnlyFans. You'll see dignity.
All right. As I'm going to say, as always, but it's like what we've done the last 3 weeks. Aren't you glad we don't do the backstories anymore?
Yes. They were funny sometimes, but God, not. I mean, it wore really thin, I think.
I think that's when the show jumped the shark.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm going to blame it on you.
Oh, all right.
Go ahead, read that.
I'm not allowed. You're not tricking me into it.
Read it.
Fine. You called. You're still banned.
Who said it? You have to say who said it.
Curtis Chameleon said you called.
You know what? Fuck
You're
it. I'm
still
done. Okay, so we've got 2 options. We either quit the show or we become better at broadcasting.
Or we do neither and keep doing what we're doing.
No, that's not going to work for me.
Oh, why not?
Because I am stressed the fuck out.
Why? You can't be stressed out right now. It's all in fun.
Do you have any idea how many hours I put into work into this show to make sure it flowed smoothly?
3?
At least a third of one.
Now I understand why you're frustrated.
Not even that long. I didn't put 20 minutes into it. Okay, just try. The only thing I ask is just remember that you're recording an audio-only podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are listening to it cannot see what's on the screen.
Right.
So keep that in mind because we have to address the super chats if we want them to keep coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And we want them to keep coming in because it's free money.
Right. Is there such thing as free money?
No, we sold part of ourselves for this.
Oh, my God.
So please, hold on. Action.
Curtis Chameleon said, you called, you're still banned. I don't know what that's in reference to, Curtis.
Yeah, that was like 5 minutes ago. Okay. Oh.
Bong. Jacob Wolf said, woo-wee, table saw.
I got an idea.
All right.
I know how we can make it to where our super chats just become part of the show and we don't have to say Jacob Wolf says.
Okay.
When you hear this,
bong,
it means that we're reading a super chat.
Right. Perfect. Bong. Jacob Wolf said, woo-wee, table saw. Bong. Jacob William said, here, you fuck. He's talking to you. Wait, no. The here part is for me. The you fuck part is for you. Bong. 7 based. Where on Patreon is your Discord, you dingus? It's you can find all that information out on the Beastie Boys episode. I don't know, man. I don't know how to answer that question. Is it on page 3 of Patreon?
I think you can go to who'srightpodcast.com and then to find us, and there's a link to our Discord.
Yes.
Why didn't you just say that?
Because you said it.
Right.
I'm not going to copy you.
Okay. Now, let's get through our new patrons.
All right.
That is, unless there's more super chats coming in.
Oh, my God. Yep. You're all about the dignity.
Well, once we're done reading our new patrons, then we're done. We're leaving for the week. All right. So we will say their name. The volume of their name is based on how much they donate every month. It's all about dignity here at Who's Right Podcast.
Exactly.
So it's really hard for me to watch this screen here and look at which one I'm supposed to say and keep an eye to see if any more chats come in. Mm-hmm. But I'll do it. I'll do my best.
That's all you can do. Bong. Curtis Chameleon said, there might be, you sellouts. Might be what?
I guess if you want to, I don't know what you're talking about. And since we only see color.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Thanks, Deuce. Deuce from Brand X donated $2. Thanks, Deuce.
Don't say that.
He didn't say anything. Well, that's confusing. He didn't say anything.
Right, but how hard would it have been to go,
Bong.
Deuce from Brand X, and then just go on to the next one?
All right, let's try that again. Bong. Deuce from Brand X. This is so fucking dumb.
Will you say it so we can move on?
Curtis Chameleon. Bong.
All right, fine. Fuck it. Moving on.
What? We got another one?
All right. You want me to start or you want to start?
I'll start. Whammy.
Say it a little louder.
Whammy.
Mitch, who asked that we refer to him as Dad, which feels weird saying that after I haven't ejaculated, I guess.
You got it, Dad. Andrew went from $5 to $10.
You're not supposed to say the numbers. That's fucking disingenuous.
It is?
Yes.
But it's loud. I said it loud.
You needed to escalate to show to the audience that he was already a patron and donated more.
Shut up. All right, shut up. Andrew! Is that better?
Furious Coco.
Burn the brew. Curtis Chameleon said, where do you find that Beastie Boys episode? I'll send you a link.
No, you have a link. Is it going to be too hard for you to find?
Yeah, it's something. It is too hard for me to remember right off the top of my head, but I can send you a link.
Is the link so long that we couldn't use that for the episode title this week?
No, I think that's a great idea.
Hey, you've got to remember, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about, what you're yelling about, nothing. If you hear that noise,
Bong.
You have to stop talking immediately and transition to the super chat.
I didn't hear it. I saw you put it on the screen, but I didn't hear it.
All right. So how's this?
Bong. There you go.
All right. Furious Coco.
Burn the brew.
Tyler.
Philip.
Doug's fat fucking head. Holy shit.
Bong. Jesus Christ, man. 7 Base said, take my whole stimulus package, you streetwalker. Bong. Deuce from Brand X. Bong. Curtis Chameleon said the link is worth how much I've paid for this street.
He had a stroke mid-sentence.
Street. The Deuce from Brand X said the Beastie Boys episode is epic. I agree. Bong.
All right. Fuck, where were we? Oh, yeah.
We're never going to make it through this.
Yeah, we are. Unless more super chats come in.
You're fucking killing me. Oh, my God. Bong. Curtis Chameleon said I ran out of money.
All right. So they're winding down now.
Okay. Okay, good.
All right. So I just did Doug's fat fucking head.
Soft Weekly. I'm glad you got this one.
Brandon.
Oh, what a dick. Oh, my God. Kenneth.
Juan the 13th.
Carlos. Bong. King of Pitbull.
Fuck.
Oh, God. Bong. Austin Miller said reinforcements incoming.
All right.
Jesus
Fuck.
Christ. Bong. Jacob Williams said, What the fuck?
All right. We're running.
Oh my God.
We're almost done with the new patrons.
I'm sweating. It's hot in here.
Where was I? We skipped over Crispy. Let's just get that out of the way. Crispy signed back up after saying he was going to fucking quit again.
Yeah. I'm wondering how we appreciate it, but I'm wondering how long it's going to be before you quit again. Bong. Curtis Chameleon said, I hope Doug has de-stressed now. Bong. Deuce from Brand X. It's like getting a lap dance. I feel exactly the same.
All right. Fuck. Soft Weekly.
Wait, we already.
I don't care. Just
we
go.
already-
Go.
Brandon.
Kenneth.
June the 13th.
Juan.
Alex.
No, it's Juan the 13th.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't even fucking read. Juan.
June the 13th.
Juan. I can't fucking read. Bong.
Hold on. Now they're making requests for the transition.
Noise!
There you go.
7 Base said, give me the swoosh swoosh transition. You got one in and out. Bong. Herb McPuff said,
What'd
bong.
you say?
What?
What'd you say?
I said he got one in and out.
Oh.
Herb McPuff said, bong. Bong. Bong.
All right. Carlos.
Alex.
All right, everybody. Fuck.
Bong. Fuck. Oh, Jacob Williams said, bong. Bong. Racist incel said, bing.
Hold on. I got to record that. Hold on.
Bong.
Okay. What's this one?
Wee!
Sorry, Dave. We're losing you. I got to keep these close together. Oh, fuck. Music. 7. Nope. Wrong one. Here. Clear. Yes. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bing.
3.
Bing.
I caught my voice in there.
Damn it. Try it again. Bing. There we go.
All right. Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
Bing. Bing. Bong. Can you put those two together? Because that works. Or no, do
Bong.
do them back to back, but bong bing.
Bong. Bong.
Bing. Perfect.
All right, let's get through these. We're done here.
All right.
Bong.
Brandon Paul DeSorcy. Hey, how's it going? Show.
No, you should have done it. Hey, Brandon Paul DeSorcy says, hey, how's it going? Show. That way he don't get his fucking plug-in that he's trying to get for $2.
Here, let me help you out. Go check out the Hey, how's it going show.
Bong.
Curtis Chameleon. I hope you guys sleep easy in bong. Bing. King of Pitbull said bong. Brandon Paul DeSorcy
Bing.
said, I had a supermodel on my show before you did. LOL.
Yeah, Brandon, but I've had my dick in a vagina before.
Before you did.
All right. So we're done now, right?
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Because there's no more super chats coming in. All right, we're gonna hop.
Such a whore.
We're gonna hop over to the after show chat with our patrons.
Yep.
And if you want to become one of them, you can go to patreon.com/who's right. You can't search on the Patreon app because somebody turned us in for shitty content or whatever and made it so we're behind the search wall.
The search wall.
Faggots. All right. Hold on.
Bong.
Curtis Chameleon said, who knew a supermodel was worth $2? Bing. Seven Face said, give me your original transition sound. I think that might be my favorite one.
Fuck. So it's actually good now. Now we have a way, because that's always been a pain in the ass on trying to keep up with super chats,
Right.
and make them. So now we just know that
Bing.
that
Yep.
somebody's jumping in.
Somebody super chatting.
All right.
Perfect. All right.
Give me your original transition sound. I don't know what that means. What was the original one? The swoosh?
I think so.
Noise.
No.
It wasn't that, but that was funny.
All right. If everybody could be quiet so we can give them a clean copy of it so they can cut it out. Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
You fucked it up.
What? You said, wait, if everybody can be quiet, it's
I
just
know.
me.
It was
and
a
I was
joke,
like,
you
okay,
dumb-
I know. In my head, I was like, okay, everybody be quiet. I didn't even put it together that it was just fucking me.
All right.
Dumbass.
Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. That was
Yes,
fun.
thanks. If you're a patron, jump over into the after show chat and tell us how awesome we are.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.